Please note that if you purchase something by clicking on a link within this story, we may receive a small commission of the sale. At home, Curtis attempts to stand up from his wheelchair. He is able to fully stand when Stella arrives, spots him, and asks how long he's been able to do this. He explains he's been able to take a few steps, but needs practice. Stella wonders why he hasn't told the family. He planned to tell them, just when he was better able to walk. Curtis just doesn't want his family to witness him struggle with baby steps. He wants to be further along. Stella is beyond thrilled and proud of him, and she wants the family to experience this joy too. She informs him that they are all on this journey with him, and to let Portia have some of this joy. Stella reminds him a secret almost ended his marriage before it started, and he needs to ask himself, if he was Portia, wouldn't he want to know? Portia arrives, and Stella makes herself scarce and takes off. Portia has good news and reveals Dante woke up. Curtis agrees that is good news. She remembers when he woke up after being shot, and knows Olivia and Sam are feeling the same way she did. Portia heads to the kitchen to get some cake Stella mentioned before she took off. When Portia returns, she finds Curtis standing by the fireplace and is stunned. He takes a few steps towards her, while leaning on the fireplace for support. When he stumbles, she takes his hands and helps him. He walks into her arms, they embrace and kiss. At Crimson, Drew shows up to see Nina, skating by her new assistant Madison, to see what she's up to. She's been pulling Crimson back from the brink as Carly did major damage. Drew says Carly did fine, and there was a bump in circulation as people were interested in seeing what she did. She says he can bring Carly back then and she'll walk. Drew knows she won't. She is a rich, spoiled brat who has everything money can buy, except love and this magazine. He says the magazine is his, and she wants it. She rubs it in his face that he can't run it without her, and Carly is long gone. Drew says they could continue playing chicken, or they could focus on getting the fall issue out. Nina says they aren't getting the fall issue out. She is. She's the driving force here. Drew is open to the possibility of working with her so they can both get something they want. Nina brings up his relationship with Carly ending and can't believe he doesn't want payback. He asks, "What has payback ever gotten you?" He says that is her problem. When things don't go the way she wants, she focuses on the wrong things. She says right now she has a sanctimonious boss who wants to lecture her when she should be working. Drew says he forgot she also likes to play the victim, and reminds her of everything she's lost. She reminds him of the same and doesn't understand why he's still defending Carly. Drew says he's trying to move forward and asks if she hasn't heard that living well is the best revenge. He says Carly never wanted to be the editor, he talked her into it. He doesn't want Carly to suffer, and he wins when he focuses on himself. He says if she could do that, then maybe she could be happy. Nina says she was happy. She had a job, a family, a husband, and now all she has is Crimson, which is all she had to begin with. Drew reminds her she had some responsibility for what happened to her. They argue about her keeping the truth about Sonny from his family and turning him and Carly into the SEC, and he points out how she takes no accountability. Nina screams Carly committed a crime and wasn't held accountable, and now she's the one permanently exiled by everyone she loves. Nina says she might almost believe he is a new, kinder, gentler Drew. However, she thinks the rage he feels still might be in there. If there was a button he could push and Jason would disappear, and everything went back to how it was and nobody else would know, would he push it? They are interrupted by Madison, who says an email for her new wellness piece is waiting for her. She decides to get back to work, and he asks what this new piece is on. She says it's about feeling well. It's a buzzword in the industry of health and fitness right now. He asks her to forward it to him as he'd like to read it. She forwards it, and he says maybe they can work together after all. Drew leaves, and she says, stranger things have happened. Dex arrives at the PCPD to see Detective Bennett. They head into the interrogation room, and Bennett explains Anna asked him to interview him about the police academy. Bennett goes over his record in the Army, working as a security and soldier for hire. but notices he left Sunny as an employer off his resume. Dex did as he doesn't consider it official employment. Bennett asks for clarification. Dex explains he realizes Sunny's world wasn't for him, and he worked to get out of Sunny's employment, and he planned to leave Port Charles, but instead of run, Anna suggests he become a cop. Bennett asks why he wants to be a cop. Dex says he misses the feeling he had in the army of doing good and serving others. Bennett knows he took an oath to serve his country and Constitution. Is he prepared to take the same as a police officer? Dex states he is, and he also liked being part of something bigger in the army. It gave his life meaning to protect freedom. Working for Sunny was to make money, and a stupid reason to die. Bennett still has concerns about his time with Sunny. Dex says it's why he wants this job. To make up for what he's done, to do better, and to have a purpose. Jason stops by Anna's office, per her request. She tells him that even though he's not facing capital murder charges, he's still in trouble. She believes they have some mutual goals, and that's pikemen. She has a source that Sunny was working with them but stopped. So what can he tell her about pikemen? He can't talk about it. Anna says if this is about Kate's, well, he's on his way over. Kate's arrives and doesn't know why Jason is here. Anna said she invited him, and Jason explains she knows he's working for him. John says that violates their agreement. Jason rants that Kate's lied to him. He lied that he knew him in high school. He knew his mother and let her believe he was dead. John doesn't give a damn how he feels. He only cares that Jason gets this job done. Anna says Jason's cover is blown, which is why Kate's explains he wants Jason to stay here and draw pikemen out. He believes they'll send someone to take him out, and they'll nab that person and convince them to turn the tables on their boss. Kate's asks if Jason cooperates, or they charge Carly with RICO violations and criminal conspiracy. Anna is stunned. Jason says he'll do what he wants if he leaves Carly alone. Kate's has no interest in Carly if Jason does his job. Kate's tells Anna this is an FBI operation, so she is not involved. She reminds him this is her jurisdiction. Kate's informs her that she's WSB, and so is Pikeman. She wonders if she is part of his investigation. He says Pikeman's ties with the WSB go back to her time there in the early 80s. Anna yells that she had nothing to do with Pikeman, and to ask Jack, unless he thinks she sent him to Peshenville to take over Pikeman. Kate's wants Pikeman, everyone involved, and wants to take them down. Anna wants that too. But how do they do it? Kate's hopes Jason can get them an answer. Jason knows a lot about Pikeman, but doesn't know who is in charge, but agrees they'll want to shut him up. Kate's is sorry Jason has to be bait, but the mission is still about shutting Pikeman down. Kate's excuses himself. Anna asks if Jason is okay with this. Jason says it has to be done. Anna realizes why he's doing this now. It's to save Carly. Jason tells Anna that Carly can't know. She asks why. He doesn't answer and walks out. At Carly's, Donna, Carly, and Joss make lasagna. Carly isn't exactly the greatest cook, with Joss having to instruct her. Carly is in a good mood, and Donna asks why. She explains she's with her girls, and Jason is back. Donna is eager to meet him. Carly says she knows him. She just doesn't remember him. Michael and Wiley arrive, and Joss takes the kids into the living room to play Star Wars. Carly confronts Michael and assumes Jason was with him before he turned himself in, likely hiding in the boathouse. Michael admits that he and Willow helped him, and all he knows is he has been picked up by someone and working as a mercenary soldier. Carly went to see Sunny, and Jason arrived, but Ava was also there. Michael knows she's been spending a lot of time with Sunny. Carly says Sunny trusts Ava for some reason. She also says Jason revealed he was an informant for the FBI. Sunny was furious and called them traitors, so they left. She explains Jason's staying at the room above Bobby's, and he still hasn't said much to her. They both know Jason's been through something, but Carly believes he'll be okay. Michael asks his mom if she's okay. Carly says hasn't been this okay in a long time. Willow arrives and says Wiley needs his dad to help him in the Star Wars battle. He heads to the living room, and Carly says Michael told her that she helped with Jason, so she thanks her. Willow tells her about the mishap with the hospital meds, and knows Jason is important to this family. Carly knows Michael didn't hesitate getting involved hiding a fugitive, but it had to have hard for her. Willow did it to back Michael. Willow asks if Jason will be okay, as she doesn't know what trouble he's in. Carly doesn't either. Willow is shocked as she thought Jason told her everything. Carly knows he will in time. She also feels Willow has something else to say. Willow says Drew told her they broke up. Carly asks how Drew is. Willow says he puts on a game face, but he's hurt. Carly loves him and misses him, but she didn't know Jason would come back. Willow says Drew is a good friend, and she hopes he can find something that matters to him. Later, Carly and Joss return to finishing the lasagna. Carly asks when she learned how to cook. She says Dex taught her, and she misses him. She knows she has to let him go, but part of her is still waiting for a text or a call. Carly asks what if he does. Joss promised herself she wouldn't answer. Everyone returns to the kitchen to get dinner. Carly thanks Joss, Donna, and Willow for helping to make this dinner, and says how much she loves them, and how lucky they are that they have each other. They are lucky Dante is better, and that Jason is back. She says they have so much to celebrate. Donna declares, "Let's eat."